Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. I was born and raised in Pakistan in quite a conservative family, both politically and religiously. My parents used to run an Islamic school. By the age of 8, I started to wear a hijab willingly. And by the age of 15, I was so good at reading Quran that I started to teach my neighborhood kids. I had about 20 students. You might be surprised to know that there are a lot of different faiths and religions living inside Pakistan, and they have the freedom to practice their religion. I was always very fascinated about other religions and to learn from them, but my parents strongly disagreed. Especially, according to my mom, she used to say that Christians are there to convert you and Jews are there to kill you. We had a church right down the street from where my parents used to run that Islamic school. So one Sunday morning, while my parents were busy doing their work, me and my friend, we snuck out to visit this church. I had always envisioned in movies these churches with tall ceilings and beautiful arches and painted windows. When we entered the building, we were awestruck. It was exactly like I had seen in the movies. There were rows of people holding the booklet and singing, and the echo of their voices reflecting from the walls. It was just beautiful. Me and my friend, we stood in the back, and when the priest asked everybody to settle down, we came out. This memory stuck with me for a long time, and my parents never found out about this incident. In 2005, my sister, who was already living in the United States and she was married, found this amazing guy who she thought would be a right fit for me. So this man, along with his mom, came to visit me and my family in Pakistan. Since he had no family of his own in Pakistan because his family was from India, they stayed with us for 3 days. And guess what? The third day, we got engaged. In a six months' time, I got my visa, and I traveled here to marry this man. Up until now, the only family that I knew from his side was him and his mom. I had no idea about the rest of his family. The first shock that I got when I came here and meeting his family was the cultural shock. I don't know if you guys know this, but Pakistan and India has been bitter enemies since the partition in 1947. My dad has been in Pakistan Navy, and he has actually fought wars with India. Growing up, we were not allowed to have any kind of Indian or Western influence inside our house. That means no Indian or Western music, dancing, clothes, movies, nothing. So coming into this family, the cultural shock was pretty big. But moreover was the religious shock. I assumed that his entire family is going to be as religious as mine, but they were quite secular. It was funny because quite a lot of times I was trying to fit in so hard into his family, but many a times I was called a fob, fresh out of boat, by my own acquaintances because of the way I spoke or I dressed. For that reason, for a long time, I felt quite sad, depressed, empty, and quite frankly, lost. In 2019, a terrorist attack in New Zealand mosque shook the entire Muslim world. The faith leaders of Lexington were trying to hold a vigil for the shooting victims. The spokesperson for the Muslims in Lexington was busy in something else, and we have this mutual community group chat. And he sent a message in that the faith leaders want to host a vigil for these shooting victims, but he wants somebody to cover for him since he won't be able to attend this meeting. I wanted to instantly say yes, but I was very hesitant. I had never met a faith leader in my life. I had never been to any church, temple, synagogue, other than the one in Pakistan. I had never been to one here, so I was quite scared. So I waited for some time for somebody else to respond. But when nobody else responded, I said to him, I'll do it. Let me know what I need to do. And that message changed my entire life. At my first meeting, I met all these amazing faith leaders who welcomed me with such warm and open hearts. I was very shy, I was very scared, I was very nervous, but I'm sure they saw it too. But the way they responded to me, the way they heard me when I spoke, the way they encouraged me to be able to be this voice, Muslim woman voice in our community that our community lacks right now, the strong Muslim representative. And they gave me the courage to do that. Today, I'm very thankful to God and these wonderful faith leaders who gave me the courage and gave me the voice that I didn't know I had ever. And they helped me finding my purpose here in Lexington. Thank you.